All right, let's dive right into this explainer. We're going to completely demystify business financing today and show you exactly how to strategically unlock the capital you need to scale your operations. Whether you're a brand new startup hunting for that very first cash injection, or you're an established company just trying to bridge a gap, the whole landscape of business funding can feel incredibly, well, chaotic. It's a maze. But today, we are cutting straight through the noise. We're going to break all your options down into two distinct paths, and then I'll show you a brilliant strategy to actually combine them. So here's our roadmap for today. 1. The business funding maze. 2. Path 1, which is 0% business credit. 3. Path 2, alternative funding. 4. Comparing your funding options. And finally, number 5, the strategic funding roadmap. Let's get into it.
Section 1. The business funding maze. Diagnosing your funding profile.
Now, we have to ask, are you chasing capital the wrong way? Look, a lot of entrepreneurs are completely overwhelmed by the opaque world of financing, but here is the crucial takeaway. Firing off random spray and pray loan applications, that actually dings your personal credit. It quietly costs you approvals in the background. Every single time you just submit an application blindly, you're risking a hard credit inquiry. And if you collect too many of those without actually getting funded, lenders start looking at you as a high-risk applicant. You essentially end up burning the exact credit profile you need to secure the capital in the first place. I love this quote. A good doctor doesn't prescribe before they diagnose. That perfectly illustrates our core philosophy today. You absolutely have to read your file and find the gaps before a single application goes out to any lender. A real, solid funding strategy doesn't start with guessing. It doesn't start with promising you some magic number up front. It starts by diagnosing your real funding picture and matching you with lenders whose criteria actually fit your file. Honestly, getting it right the first time is the whole game.
Moving on to Section 2. Path 1. 0% business credit. This is the holy grail of fast capital.
$50,000 to $200,000. That right there is the typical approval range we're talking about for 0% interest business credit cards. You can use these for 6 to 18 months to scale incredibly fast. Just imagine having access to, say, 200 grand to drop on marketing, new hires, better leads, or new equipment without paying a single dime in interest for over a year. That's huge. And you know what the best part is? Business owners can often just repeat this process every 6 to 12 months for fresh rounds of funding as they grow. But wait, it actually gets better. No documents, no W-2s, no tax returns required. Literally. For this 0% interest rate traditional funding, you are looking at no to little docs. You don't need to dig up W-2s, and you absolutely don't need to hand over massive, complex tax returns. It's a beautifully streamlined process built for pure speed. And it relies almost entirely on just having a registered LLC and a very strong credit profile to do all the heavy lifting for you. So, what are the exact Path 1 qualifications? You've got to have that registered LLC, a 700+ personal credit score, 0 late payments in the past 2 years, and at least $15,000 in established revolving credit limits. If you can check these boxes, this path is wide open. Plus, it totally protects your personal credit utilization because these accounts only report on the business side of things. You could literally max out a $50,000 business card for inventory, and your personal credit score won't even blink. All right, Section 3. Path 2. Alternative funding. For when you need higher doc flexibility. So what if you don't instantly qualify for Path 1? Path 2 utilizes alternative providers, like Giggle Finance for instant microfunding versus B.R.E.A for much larger advances. This route depends heavily on your actual business revenue and your bank accounts. For instance, if you're self-employed with sales as low as maybe $3,000 a month, Giggle can offer same-day funding up to $10,000. But if your business is clearing over $15,000 a month, well, B.R.E steps in to offer much larger advances, potentially all the way up to $2 million. Let's break down this matrix real quick. Remember how Path 1 was basically 0 doc? Well, this alternative path will require some to more documents, depending entirely on your credit and your length of business. You'll likely need to show bank statements, maybe voided checks, or a driver's license. Notice how Core Rate down there offers the best terms, but they require 2 or more years in business and a 685 FICO. On the flip side, Giggle will accept FICO scores under 550 and even personal bank accounts. It's totally adaptable to your unique situation. Now for the Path 2 characteristics. We're looking at cash installment loans and unsecured personal loans. Interest rates usually sit between 8% and 25%, and repayment terms stretch from 2 to 7 years. This path gives you immediate liquidity, sometimes up to $50K in straight cash for things like debt consolidation or short-term fixes. And here's a really unique twist. Instead of a big monthly bill, you'll often have automatic daily or weekly payments, which actually aligns perfectly with the everyday cash flow coming into your business. Section 4. Comparing your funding options. The fork in the road. Let's put these two paths head-to-head. Path 1. 700 plus credit, 0 documents, 0% interest. Versus Path 2. Lower credit accepted, bank statements required, variable interest between 8 and 25%. Basically, you're choosing between a high credit, 0 document, completely interest-free traditional path versus a revenue-driven alternative path that requires some to more documents but totally forgives a lower credit score. Knowing this difference is an absolute game changer for your strategy. Which brings us to Section 5, the Strategic Funding Roadmap, the ultimate bridge strategy. Let's talk about the number 630. Imagine a client with a 630 credit score. They are feeling completely trapped because they have insanely high utilization on their credit cards, say about 40K maxed out. Because those cards are maxed, their score is being artificially dragged down. So at a 630 FICO, they are completely locked out of Path 1. No sweet 0% business credit for them. Most folks, they just throw their hands up here and settle for high interest money forever. But right here is where the magic happens. Step 1, we secure a 40K unsecured installment loan using Path 2. Step 2, we use that cash to completely pay off those maxed out credit cards. Now, because installment loans are weighed totally differently than revolving credit by the bureaus, Step 3 happens. Personal credit utilization drops to 0, and that score spikes literally overnight. Suddenly, that 630 becomes a 700 plus. Which leads to Step 4. They now qualify for Path 1, securing 100K to 200K in 0% business credit. We use the alternative path to fix today's problem and unlock the traditional path for tomorrow's massive opportunity. So I want to leave you with this final provocative question. What expense could you fund with 100K at 0%? Seriously, diagnose your profile, fix the gaps using the flexible tools we just talked about, and imagine what that level of interest-free capital could do for your growth this year. Could you double your ad spend, hire a rockstar manager, maybe even buy out a competitor? The capital is absolutely out there waiting for you. It's just a matter of positioning your file the exact right way.